thinking, sinking deep inside my daily budget. Pockets is busted, tired of it, thinking. Subject of the matter means money matter. When I got it, getting glad and lose it, getting sadder. After working 9 jobs that didn't have no future. Hater, I ain't Bill Gates, the ones who invented computers. Do the math, I'm the thunder and my parents the lightning. They was poor, so I'm poor. Don't that seem frightening? Type being that can make it, and I knew that I would. But when you broke with a dream, things don't seem good. Listen to me. All the pressures of the world will let you live it in mind. But do you really want your dreams to stand the test of time? See, it's a mind game. You gotta have hustle and more. Back and forth with production instead of the store. Have God in your life and your work on pace. So keep lames on my face, Boardwalk and Park Place. Boardwalk and Park Place. Welcome back. What up, though? Want to thank y'all for tuning in. And for all the new people, once again, if you would be so kind to wipe your feet off at the door and just go on and hit that like button as soon as you come on into the room and check out the video. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for taking the time to tune in and check out the poetry and spoken word. In this video tonight, I'm just gonna kick it to y'all. I might have a message for the day as the video goes on. But off top, it's just some Raptalk Freeverse poetry. Just some free verse poetry. Just kicking it to you, giving you a little bit of game. I think off top, most of y'all already know the message is stay motivated, no matter what you're doing. Just stay inclined with doing something, keep some type of consistency going on. I must admit it took a lot out of me today just to go on and pull myself together and create this video. Like I say, I do it live, no cuts, no edits, no none when I live stream like this. So whatever come out is what you get. So I just love what I do. So let's kick it. I got some poetry for y'all. Now this next piece I'm gonna get into. This piece I wrote called Help Each Other, Help Each Other. And this piece was just wrote just on the sense of it's something so simple, but it's something some of us can't do and some of us struggle with, especially in our community. Help each other, help each other. Because basically, if I help you, I'm basically putting you in a position so you can help somebody else. Or if you're in a position to help, you're in a position to where you could probably help me. So the bottom line to the whole poem, or the thesis was to help each other, help each other. We go another Raptalk Freeverse poetry poem. See if we can dig this one. I'm gonna read this one off the ink. Bear with me. Rewind time. Think back to when you first started your journey, not knowing your distance. I'm talking Isaiah in Chicago, not knowing one day he'll be a champion piston. We all can use guidance. Having an open ear to hear one's pain can save a life in the hood before he starts to gang bang. Same thing I said to my son. You see, the battle has just begun. Sometimes it takes isolation and being in the right place at the right time to get certain things done where I'm from. Eyes is always watching. You see, some talents just need a little bit of molding. You see, some people be scared to use their gift until their spirit just can't control it. Who is your influence? Who did you want to be like? I couldn't blur out seeing the dope, man, but I still feel Pac and Stevie Wonder when I write. Help each other, help each other. Some rich people turn their back and forget somebody gave them the game. If you caught a blessing, help somebody else to be a blessing. And maybe you can help them do the same thing. Help each other, help each other. You see, I want to install moral and character. But it's so easy to get caught up in all this nonsense while being a black man in America. Who is your brother? Who could have been your equal to keep you? Born alone, die alone, suffer inside your mental evil. All because some didn't. Help each other, help each other. Snap, 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 snaps. That's the thing. Help each other, help each other. And if you notice at the end, I get to the point, some suffer inside because they didn't help each other, help each other. You see, some can hold on to information and it'll eat them up inside whether they tell you or not. Because some people just sit back and just watch the crash. I mean, let's be honest too. Some people take the information, some people don't. Some people feel they're above it. Some people don't think certain people got experience in certain fields to pass on information. So some people can probably turn a blind eye to somebody with information. It goes down both ways. I mean, none of us perfect. None of us all had the answers. That's why so many of us in life, we have to live off experience. They say experience is the best teacher at times. When you're a parent and got kids, you don't want to just see your people or somebody you care about just bump their head and just, be a crash test dummy to some nonsense. Because in your heart, you're going to know you could have saved them. But at the end of the day, we must help each other, help each other. Hopefully y'all can dig that one. I got a couple more pieces I'm going to get into. I definitely thank you for tuning in. Be sure to share this video. Share this video, man. Push this out for real. Because it's getting more serious. Serious enough to be serious with all the game I'm giving. The things I talk about. And like when I push this information again, I've been asked, who am I talking to? I'm talking to myself also. Because then when you watch me, I want y'all to understand by a long shot, I'm not perfect. I have my flaws and all the things I go through and things I see, things I shun, all that. We all on this journey together. We all here. We all here on this journey, this thing we call life. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna leave behind? What's gonna be your legacy? What your kids gonna remember you by? You have to ask yourself that. Think to yourself, your legacy is your legacy. You trailblazing in this. You doing that. You got a path to walk. And I suggest you enjoy your journey while you at it too. I actually wrote a piece called that too, Enjoy the Journey. Let me see if I remember off the top of the head. Hope y'all enjoying this spoken word, free verse poetry, rap talk. Let me see if I remember this piece on top of the head called Enjoy the Journey. Listen to me. The leaves come before the trees, don't forget the roots. And everything has its beginning, that's what we learned as a youth. And the truth is, it ain't no shortcuts, just hard turns. roadblocks, detours, everything is hard earned. Listen to me. If the model to follow was the same, there'd be no change and there wouldn't be no reason for me to stay in my lane, but I maintain. Study my peers, open my ears, listen what's being told, and I switch my gears. Gears turn in direction for me to reach my highest. I do it for my people, because for my culture, I'm biased. Listen to me. Your seminars and workshops are not worth my time. I rewrite and research and probably start mine. I'm good with my hustle, my struggles, my image. Do what I love until God says I'm finished. I love what I do, so bullshit don't concern me when it takes time and effort. So enjoy the journey. You must enjoy the journey. Raptalk. Snap, 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 snaps. At the end of the day, remember that you must enjoy the journey. It's gonna be some hard times. It's gonna be some roadblocks. It's gonna be some attitudes you're gonna have to deal with. There's gonna be some people you're gonna have to ignore. It's gonna be some people that's gonna come in the way to test you, to make you, so you can see how much you really want it. I mean, who said it was gonna be perfect? I mean, think about it. If it was easy and perfect, everybody would do it. Everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be getting it. Everybody would be on YouTube flourishing if it was that easy to come on here and make videos and put out your talents and just blow up and explode. Just that easy. Everybody would be doing it if it was that easy. But it's a machine. I mean, it take people, it take eyes and ears, it take a focus, it take nourishing, it take consistency. I mean, it's the whole process. One video ain't gonna do it. Shit, 10 videos ain't gonna do it. Probably 100 ain't gonna do it. But what you gonna do though? So what you gonna do? Give up at the 100 when you still got something in the tank and you still got more to say, you still got more to give? And it could be just that one moment, and that one just, if you touch somebody, you touch somebody. And that's what I try to tell myself when I produce these different videos. If I touch somebody, my job is complete. Even though I want to touch more, even though I want to be fluid, of course I want to be compensated for my talents. And this thing, I mean, look at this stuff. You think these poems write themselves? You think these books, you think all this stuff write itself? All this is time. That's why you have to enjoy the journey. And that's when I wrote that poem. That's what the mind state I was on when I wrote it. I was thinking to myself, you have to dig deep and find that confidence when you're doing something, to where you like, okay, ain't nothing about to stop me. I'm on this. I'm on this journey. This is a path of mine. This is something that's a part of me. It's a part of you. So whatever you're going through, whether it's the hardships, but you just on your journey, or a different chapter in your life to where it may cause some type of challenges or whatever, just understand you in the game for a reason. You was put in that position to learn and beat the odds. And just remember, somebody's looking at you. Maybe that could push you. I mean, you have to find your own influence when you're doing things and creating. When you're on the path to something new, sometimes you have to dig for some type of motivation. Some people look for hate to be their motivation. It may sound crazy, but some people flourish because hate is amongst them. But you don't want to be that person to build it in your mind, because that energy can be contagious also, to where you'll be looking forward to, you would think everybody's against you or hating you. And more than likely, probably not. So don't try to create them type of motivations to where you like, they hating, let me do this. I know they hating, they gotta be hating, they hating. They're probably not. maybe it's just you in your mind creating something that's not even there. But think about that championship. Think about winning. Think about that outcome. I could just imagine what some of these different athletes put in their mind before they go on the court. That's why I remember I used to watch especially when when it used to be like the big basketball games that would come on the weekend, say the Sundays. And I just remember they always show them just walking through the hall, whatever suit or whatever clothes they got on. They'll show them before they, when they walking through the hallway about to go get dressed and, about to have their game. And I used to always notice, or if you notice, you notice that most of them always have some headphones on or something. I don't know if you ever peeped that or just noticed when you see them athletes just walking. You ever notice they always have some type of headphones on? A lot of people use music and lyrics for motivation or rhythms and sounds to get amped up. Excuse me. To get amped up to do certain things. I mean, it's a vibration. I mean, whatever it takes to keep you motivated, do it. As long as it's something positive. But just remember that's your journey. Let's get into some more poetry, some more spoken word. It's your man Raptalk. Dropping some free verse poetry. Like I say, feel free to share this video. Pass it on to somebody else. Sometimes the words of communication just can't come out. Maybe you have to pass it on. The same way how we just said with a song. Sometimes people communicate through music or through song. Maybe some of this poetry that I'm giving off that you seeing me kick to you can probably help somebody else. So you can pass it on. Let me get into this next piece. This next piece I wrote. I'm staring at the ink right here. It's a joint I wrote called, and it definitely coincide with what we're talking about tonight. It's this piece I wrote called New Level, New Devil. And I think I actually said this in another video too also. I just remember one day I was going amongst my journey early in the morning, starting my day. And I was listening to Steve Harvey. And you know how he's always talk in the morning with his motivational quotes, or you know how he started off his show. He started and ended. I don't even know if he still started like he used to, because I don't ever hear it when it started no more. But I know he ended on a positive note, always, speaking on something. And it was just a message that he said that stuck with me. And I really thought to myself, like, man, this is some deep shit. And he basically was talking about, the ongoing phrase was new level, new devil. And it makes sense if you think about it. Anytime you hit a new chapter in your life, it's going to be new obstacles. It's going to be new things to overcome. It's going to be new things that you're going to see, you're going to experience. And it makes you who you are. It makes you stronger. And especially if you conquer it. Sometimes you got to just tell yourself, okay, I conquered that. Come on, bring on the next shit. Come on. Bring that shit on. Come on, let's go. I'm ready now. I'm focused. You got to build that champ inside you sometime. That dog, even though that dog got to be in you, don't get me wrong, but there's just so many different ways to fight. You don't even understand everybody's battle. Some people can fight it in silence, and it's really defeating it all without even saying nothing. That's what some people don't understand. Half the battle be mental anyway. So you could be looking at somebody on the outside in and think like, okay, well, oh man, they back up against the ropes. You know what I'm saying? You might be looking at them like man, they back against the ropes. Dang. But not even knowing all the time, they just fighting it differently. Just because you don't see it or you don't see the explosion, that don't mean that the battle ain't going on and it's dissecting all the negative energy and all that. Some people just don't want to tell you. Some people, you'll be surprised how many people don't even want to just channel in certain energy and just relate to certain people, because you know once you jump on a certain level, that person ain't even ready for that conversation. Sometimes you gotta just downplay that shit. It may sound crazy, but sometimes you gotta just look at somebody and be like, sometimes you gotta just say, okay, just let it be. I mean, in life, sometimes you're really gonna have to do that and just be like, okay. Just say okay sometimes. Shut the whole conversation anytime. Like, okay. And it ain't even about being passive or nothing. It ain't no passive aggressive, ain't no strategy, ain't none of that nonsense. It ain't even nothing to even overthink about. It's just that your mind can just be on a higher plane to where the little negative stuff you own it, you just like you don't even know where my world is even headed or going. Like what you talk about is just that irrelevant to where it can't even garnish you any type of attention right now. Sometimes you have to leave them standing on the side like that and just be like, okay. Just like, okay. Battles are won in different ways. It's different ways to win a battle. Especially when you understand what the inline goal is, and you know who's the opposition. It can be that simple. But you ain't gotta show your hand. But let me get to this poem though. I get too heavy with the game. Yeah. This one called New Level, New Devil. Again, like I told you, I heard Steve Harvey talking this talk Monday morning. And I was like, that really makes sense. He was just talking like, the higher you get, the more you're going to go through, the more different things you're going to see. And it's a new level to defeat on every step. So see if you can dig this. I'm going to read this off the ink. I ain't did this one in a minute. Let me see if we can, let's walk through this one. Listen to me. When positivity is in the making, here comes the distractions, fakes, snakes, diluted convos with offbeat interactions. You see, one can feel it. That's why I shut it down to conceal it. Don't try to drown me in your pain. I got problems of my own, and I'm just being the realest. You see, I meditate a lot. Shut down my system and absorb. Look at myself from the outside in, but still concentrate on one accord. Talk to me, Lord. Why they think words can hold back my progressions? When I use words to channel minds flow through times that protect my imperfections. You see, a sin is a sin. A crime is a crime. A dream is a dream, and these devil in disguises ain't taking mine. You see, it's showtime, and I'm passing out popcorn and telling their asses to have a seat. You see, a positive attitude and hard work are just something they just can't defeat. You see, some scared of confidence, want to keep us closed inside a box, limit us to liquor stores and churches. When can we see the real God inside and break these slavery locks? This is not only a test. You see, it's only going to happen because you're special. And life is step by step, right? So just remember that. New level, new devil. Raptalk. Snap, 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 snaps. New level, new devil. that monkey up off your back. Get that evil up out your spirit. Shake away from that laziness, that procrastination, that overthinking, all that. Get it out your system. That ain't nothing but energy that's just pulling you down. There could be so many other things you could be doing with that time. Instead of thinking about what's going to go wrong, you ought to be thinking about what can go right. Do that when you start something. Think of the things that can go right. You're probably on your way to being a millionaire, 100,000 there, thousands, whatever. Or just being comfortable. Or just that peace of mind that you've been looking for all that time. You might be walking towards that journey right now. But you're thinking about what can go wrong instead of what can go right. How about that? How about those apples? I remember I used to have a teacher when I was little. He used to say something like that. He'd be like, how you like those apples? How you like those apples? I mean, let's think about it. Everything could go right. But I definitely thank you. Thank you for tuning in, spending this time with me. Of course, I got to leave with the peace. Peace I hold dear to my heart. The peace I want you to always remember. I'm going to leave you with this. Never be afraid to dream. Listen to me. As a kid, I spent a lot of time alone. Just me and my imagination. But you see, as I grew older and met more people, you see, I slowly started thinking with limitations. See, just because they tried, failed, didn't excel, don't mean you shouldn't dream, settle for simple things, and grow old with the same story to tell. Because see, as a man, you gotta work. Sometimes get down in the dirt. Have tough skin, opinions hurt, but most importantly, keep God first. And stop thinking in reverse. See, that's why the past is the past. See, that's why legs move forward, not backwards. See, everything's temporary, nothing lasts. But you can't be afraid to dream. Gotta think outside the box. Know your worth, never settle for what you believe, realize what that meaning that is to never stop. Cause see, we all here for a reason. Everybody is the author of their own truth. But you see, what's more important is the lies and distortion that some being selling to the youth. See, you can be who you want. Time, place, position. Just keep your eye on the journey and don't forget the mission. Pay attention to your vision. Even if it gets blurry, you'll get your credit in the end. Just keep in mind that this is your story. So never be afraid to dream. Just don't stop while the world is moving. Baby steps. Long as you ain't where you were yesterday, ain't nobody losing. You improving. See, this is a movement. You the Malcolm and the Martin. Anytime you about to stop, just keep in mind where you started. So never be afraid to dream. Around the corner is your breakthrough. Never be afraid to dream. Watch where God and self-confidence takes you. Raptalk. Thank you for tuning in to this spoken word, free verse poetry. This free verse poetry coming straight from your man Raptalk. I appreciate y'all. Hold on to that dream. Get on your hustle. Wake up. Handle your business. Enjoy the journey. Keep it moving. All that. All that. All that. Rap talk.